religion repeatedly, the Quran repeatedly says, like, for example, in Surah Al-Baqarah, chapter 2, 191, kill them, the disbelievers, wherever you find them.
Jump up
expel
here.
them from wherever they expelled you. Persecution is worse than
I'm
killing.
not picking
Surah
you up.
Muhammad, chapter 47, verse 4.
Fine.
So when you meet those who disbelieve, strike at their necks until you have inflicted slaughter
There you
upon
go.
them. The Quran is also oppressive towards women, which is something we don't do in the West. Quran chapter 4, verse 34 says, as to those women on whose part you fear disobedience, admonish them, forsake them in bed, and strike them. Quran, chapter 4, verse 15 through 16. If any of your women commit lewdness, call 4 witnesses from among you. They testify, confine them in their houses for the rest of their lives. Then we go to the hadiths for treatment of women as well. Bukhari 5193. It's also in a lot of other hadiths. If a husband calls his wife to bed and she refuses, and he spends the night angry with her, the angels curse her until morning. Sahih al-Bukhari 2658. The Prophet said a man's witness is equal to half that of a man's because of the deficiency of her mind. A woman's testimony is worth half that of a man's, something they practice all over the Arab world, like in Gaza, for example. Also, the Prophet Muhammad is a pedophile. He married Aisha at the age of 6, and he consummated, raped her at the age of 9. She was still playing with dolls. He's a pedophile. It's another thing we don't practice in the United States. It is something that's practiced in the majority of the Arab world, Muslim countries. Yemen, Somalia, Afghanistan, Iran, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Iraq, Lebanon, Sudan, Mauritania, the Maldives, Libya, Kuwait, Oman, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, the UAE, Egypt, Jordan, Morocco, Tunisia, and Algeria.
So
Child marriage is legal in all of those countries.
All right. So my question is like whenever like we're treating a Muslim, like how are we treating them?
You should treat all human beings with dignity and respect, especially if they are acting properly, if they are acting in accordance to our laws. I don't think that we should, do something like deport all Muslims or ban them from practicing their religion. If they're practicing their religion peacefully, which I don't think that's consistent with their religion, but if they are practicing it peacefully, I have no issue, right? But we do need to recognize that Islam has been a major issue with Christianity and the West for a very long time. Many millions of Christians were enslaved by Islam, and today there are many Islamic extremists who want to enslave us, and we have terrorist attacks all across the world. Over 3,400 Americans have died since the 80s in Islamic attacks. We don't want that to happen. We don't want Islamic extremists here. I have friends who are Muslims. I have no issue inherently with those people, but my friends who are Muslims, they're not these extremists. They're not these people who carry the Quran to their logical conclusion. In fact, one of my friends who's a Muslim, I told her that we were going to debate this today, and she jokingly said that she was going to behead me, but I don't believe she's going to do that, or she actually wants to do that. Because she's actually a good person, and she adheres to Western values, which means she contradicts Islam. I always say the best Muslim is somebody who's not actually a Muslim. I think Islam is a cancer. Now, I don't blame Muslims because there's a difference between the religion and the people who practice the religion. Most of the people who are Muslims today are only Muslims because a sword was held to the throats of their ancestors and they were forced to convert. The majority of people today are indoctrinated, right? But I do have a particular issue with the Quran when it says that you should go to battle with and go to war against those who prevent you from practicing Islam to its full extent, which is what we do in the United States. You're not allowed to practice Islam to its full extent here.
You're
Right?
okay,
You
pretty
can't
girl.
beat your wife for not having sex with you. You can't rape your wife, which are things that the Quran promotes.
Open the door.
There are also things that the
I didn't even lock it this time. Or did I?
Sahih Muslim says the day
Oh,
of
yeah,
judgment
I
will
did.
not come about until the Muslims fight the Jews.
No, you did. Because you're the one who said
No, I did not.
Mom, you please come in the kitchen.
What?
You please come in the kitchen. I don't got the
Right
weed.
now we're proposing
For
that
what?
Islam is incompatible
Ah,
with
because
Western.
me and Dad are doing shit
It's
today.
like raising awareness.
And then Dad's like, well, what are you making for supper? I was
And,
just
like,
gonna
what do you
pick
say
something
Christ
up.
would go about the situation?
What money?
That'd be a question for them.
But then Dad's
I think
like,
Christ would do the exact
we have to
same
figure
thing.
something out
Yeah,
with
I'm
the
a
shit we
lifelong
have.
Christian.
We don't have jack shit.
What Christ would do
I
is
still figured
Christ
it
would follow
out
the
something to
laws
make
like he did.
3 nights in a row.
Yeah,
And
pork.
would
3
criticize
days in a
people
row.
who were
It wasn't all pork. Nice try. And dinner was actually really good.
who did
You
terrible
even
things.
liked it.
And
I
he
eat all
was
of it.
bold. He went around. He told
Yeah, you
people
did.
things
No, I didn't.
He flipped over
The
tables.
stuff with the broccoli? Yeah, you ate all that.
Behaving inappropriately in the temple.
No, I didn't.
So I don't think Christ would. I mean, Christ would treat all Muslims with love and respect, of course. Which
But now the
we've
only
done that.
thing to
We've not been
think of
nasty to
is more
anybody. We will
pork
not be nasty to anybody. That's completely inappropriate.
with
What about
broccoli and
the
Christ
cheese.
chicken?
would want people to know the
Check
truth.
the chicken.
The truth is that
What
Islam's
chicken?
false and
All
it's
there is
not
chicken
compatible
feet.
with Western civilization.
I don't remember anybody using the chicken. Oh, you
I would
used
say
the
we run
chicken?
into a particular issue when Islam
Did you use the
is
chicken?
in direct conflict.
Yeah,
with
'cause you
our
told me
which
to.
I think that most people
Because otherwise,
probably
I was
are
thinking
correct.
fucking
You
broccoli and
can't rape
cheese.
children, you
But I'd
can't
like to
marry
see
children,
Dad
you can't beat
go
your wife,
around and figure
you can't
something
force
out.
your wife to have sex with you, etc.
Go tell him that. I dare you.
Direct conflict with
All
the
he
laws
did
of
was make
Islam.
3
Islam
minutes.
Yonder!
when you
Yonder,
have direct
we
conflict
have
with the laws
pancake
of
mix. You can
Islam.
make waffles.
Yeah, and have Dad holler at me.
Would you say Christ
He
would put a sign
wouldn't.
like this?
What's that?
Would you say Christ would put a sign up like this?
I'm not sure what Christ would do. He doesn't live
So
today.
then, I have to
Yeah,
figure
I
out
just say why
something
not?
for Mom.
They didn't really have the same type of science back then, and Christ's methods were more so traveling
And you're
around to
better at
different cities.
just
She still has hamburger.
Traveling around to different
And
cities,
you're
telling them
you're good at just looking in the fridge and you'll
we're not
figure out a 3-course meal.
Christian message.
And I can't do that shit.
Your name is Ben, right?
Do you want to know how I do that?
You know, I'm just
I need your help.
Yeah,
I'm sick and tired of Dad yelling at
Stop
me every
fucking
week.
yelling at me right now.
I'm supposed to be. Otherwise, no.
What's up, guys? We are at UT Dallas today. We are
I
debating
can't
that
think
Islam
of
is
food.
incompatible
Right now,
Do we have
I'm-
noodles?
in the United States of America.
Yeah.
I'm joined by Prax Ben.
If we
Make
have
sure
noodles,
to
you could
subscribe
dice up,
to our YouTube
pork,
channel, Fearless Debates.
the pork
Let's get
chops.
into it.
use one
Okay,
part
so
or
I got a few questions.
2
Number
parts
one,
milk, 1 part
Why-
heavy whipping cream.
Why this? Of all the issues
So-
we could
But then
put
we
around
won't be
this
able to
country,
have it.
Why are we doing the easy punching bag? Because this
If I
feels
just
like
do
it's
the
just an
pork-
easy punching bag.
Well,
If I just
we've
do
been
the
talking
pork,
about a lot of different
broccoli, and
topics
cheese,
throughout
then
the
we
week.
can have
We've
it.
been at 3 different universities so far.
Yeah, I
They've been at
finished.
several more universities in the past. We've talked about all
Yeah.
sorts of topics. What we want to
Are
do
you sure my
Close the
phone?
door.
Are you sure my phone ain't in here somewhere?
Yes!
Because I searched everywhere else.
I think it is the
If you were
truth.
to
Even if it's not, we should be bold enough to speak
Um,
it. I think Muslims
fry
here,
up the
the
pork
non-Muslims
with
here who disagree with
onions
us. Last guy was a
and,
Christian. They can come up here and speak the truth, or speak what they
butter.
believe to be the truth.
right?
And we can all be
Then you
peaceful
add
with each other,
in
not hurt each other,
your
not
heavy
wish harm on
whipping
each
cream.
other. And, hopefully, if someone's wrong, they can change
And
their mind.
you
If
add
Charlie
in
Kirk was murdered for going around and debating people,
1
that's one of the
3/4
worst
cup.
things that's happened in
milk.
recent history in our country. It's terrible
Then
that somebody would be harmed just
You're
for trying
going
to
to
talk
pour
to
1/4
others.
milk.
And we want to show
1/4
conservatives
milk.
and even leftists
And
alike
you're
that
gonna
you shouldn't
add
be scared to
in-
go out there and talk about your beliefs.
I
Yeah,
do
get
about
behind
10
that. What
tablespoons
religions are compatible with America?
of
Except
cornstarch,
obvious, I see your
whip it
hands
together
at the
really
roast,
good.
So what other religions would you say
Blanch.
are compatible with America?
Do you know what it means to blanch?
I mean,
Tossing the skillet.
it's a tough
No.
question. There's a lot of religions
To
out there.
blanch-
There's really a lot of religions
Oh wait, that's
out there.
boiled. And that's
I
you
would
do that with
say
tomatoes.
I would say there's
You can
kind
do it
of
with broccoli,
similarity
too.
where there's a lot of
Blanch your
aspects
broccoli
of Islam
to get it
that
nice and
are
tender.
compatible with America.
Then
We just
put
think
it
they're already
in
compatible. It's probably
and
the
let it
same with a
finish
lot of
cooking
other
in there
religions.
because then it'll absorb all
whether
the
it be, like I'm not a
nutty
Mormon. I think
goodness.
Mormons might have some particular
And you
beliefs that I don't think would be
and
compatible, but most
after
of
you
the
do
beliefs
that,
probably
then
are,
you
as long
add
as they're
the
not, forcing
cornstarch
their beliefs
slurry.
on other people. That's okay. If they practice their
while
beliefs
it's
private.
boiling
I couldn't really give you a
because
list
it
just
needs to
because
be out
there's
of
so many
oil and you
religions out there.
continuously stir.
Well, I mean,
Add
if you just
until it
name the
gets
main
nice and
ones,
thick.
I mean, it's pretty obvious. We got Buddhism.
You're gonna add that
We're
whole
to, like,
thing.
identify
But you
religions
keep
that are
going and keep
compatible
going
with
and
America.
keep
We're
going
more so
until it's
here.
nice and thick and you
We've
have a homemade
identified
topping.
one that's definitely not compatible with America. We're here to talk about it. We're not really opening it up to talks about every religion on the face of the
White
planet.
sauce.
There are,
Ew.
I don't know, thousands of them.
You like it when I make it. I don't want to hear it.
And we've
Mom,
identified
I
that's
could
not
I
compatible,
could
so we're
taste
talking
it every
about a specific
time.
religion.
Taste what?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it's just a little bit lazy. This
What?
is
The
the easiest
cornstarch.
punching
I
bag
taste
you
it.
could possibly make.
When I make my gravy, no,
All
you
the things
cannot.
said about
Yeah, I
Muhammad
do.
and stuff, this is just
I don't
easy.
touch
Why
the
not
gravy.
preach Christianity? Why not go
I eat around it.
defensive for Christianity? Why do you need to be offensive towards Islam?
For a kid who don't like
First
gravy,
of all,
I
because
just
I'm a
taste
very
it.
new Christian myself, right? So I'm not like into apologetics at this time.
So what most people taste
However, I
is
do
the
know a lot
flour.
about Islam.
The flour and the
What I know is that
cornstarch
it
is.
I don't use flour.
Gravely evil.
I know.
Cornstarch
and
don't have
very
a flavor.
incompatible with the United
It
States
does.
of America.
No,
It's incompatible with our laws. It's
It
incompatible with our
doesn't.
value
But
sets.
anyways,
And
It's
it is
starchy.
in direct contradiction with what we believe and fight for.
Okay.
And I
Just like biting
dabble in
into a
Christian
potato.
apologetics a little bit. I
Take
read a
the
lot
starch.
of Christian apologetics, Paul Copeland, things like that. That's
anyway,
something that
then
will
you
come up.
add, you
Some
add
people
it
come up and
in.
they say,
After
okay,
it
well, you
goes
say this about
down,
Islam,
you
what about
add more
Christianity? That's already happened.
home,
And I respond and I say,
whole
okay, here's
milk.
why I would defend
Not heavy
Christianity
whipping
in that
cream.
instance. I would
Okay.
love to be
I'm
smart
drinking
enough
your help
and
later and we
informed
don't want
enough
to
to
get
be able
yelled.
to do a lot of Christian
But I gotta
apologetics.
go.
I'm just not
You
quite
can
there.
do.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
How do you plan on doing that? You got got cash?
Choose
Yeah.
increase your top topic next time, I guess.
How'd you
I
put
think
that?
Easily. When I put gas in and went to the ATM.
Hey, what's up?
When I gave you that 60,
We gotta talk kind of close to the mic.
You didn't give me 60.
I didn't give. Yes,
I will say thank you for doing
sorry,
this.
50. Because Dad said 45.
Just a background,
You didn't give me
my
nothing.
dad, we originally
I didn't give you the.
Cameroon.
Mom, it was transferred over to your card. Dad gave me your card. I went to the ATM.
And he's been there
Pulled
since
out
my mother and
60
father
to 40 in gas. I had $20.
You could not have pulled out. Oh wait, that's right. Dad had you do
Charlie
the
Preston,
extra
I think that
50,
it's
Yeah.
really disappointing that as a
so you got a little bit of cash.
Yeah, which I'm gonna go broke right away because I have to get crickets.
my truth and
That's
this is
$6.
truth.
Yeah, and his
But I think
food.
it's wrong that not only do we have people celebrating, right? But it's just
Talk to Dad. I don't know. You could do the pork and broccoli with. You gotta make sure that there's noodles upstairs. It's a fucking meal we can afford. We are broke.
If I'm in your shoes right now and I do the same exact thing and get shot in the neck, how is that okay? How is being shot in the neck seen as the greatest thing in the world and people treating it like you're winning the lottery? But if it was someone on the other side, there'll be tributes pouring in, there'll be obituaries pouring in. It'll be a completely different story. So I applaud you, both of you. Keep up the good work, and please continue being the voices for people like me. That obviously, I'm just a college student. I don't know too much, but I can see the difference between it's okay and the difference between democracy and just trying to follow political ideology. Because at the end of the day, it's not fair, right? My parents voted for Obama, right? We were told Obama is the next best thing since sliced bread, right? Both my parents come from a poor background. My parents literally, my father came here to this university with one suitcase, right? So you're telling me that that we've gone through is just for nothing because we don't have law and order. You look
We're
at my
getting
own
my
country,
spicy
it's
bed in there.
shit right now. People are getting shot in the streets. People are there's no sense of law and order because when you have a presidency and you have a government that's supposed to be there for
Is it
everybody
better?
but isn't doing their basic position, then it's not a government anymore. But anyways,
Is it
I'm
better?
not here to
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much.
No, don't do that.
How's it going?
Nice
Nice to meet you,
talking
Cam. Nice to meet you.
You tell me you're famous.
How's it going? You gotta talk kind of close to the mic in order to get amplified. It's like kind of like literally like this.
Okay, so you say Islam is incompatible with America. Would you say incompatible or is it illegal?
Incompatible.
Okay,
So
so
it's illegal to be a Muslim here, but Islam is incompatible with the United States.
so it's a personal opinion.
Yeah, it's a personal opinion, yeah, but it's stemmed by the fact that Islamic law is in direct conflict with U.S. law.
In Islamic law, we believe the law of the land, meaning whatever land you live in, you have to follow the laws. I'm Muslim. I want 4 wives, but it's not possible in the United States, because you can only have one legally. So
So
with
if
any
the laws where you can't be a Muslim, you follow that?
I'm sorry?
If the law that you can't be a Muslim, you follow that?
Not.
Yeah, well, we wouldn't follow that, but that's not the law in the United States, and we're talking about the United
You
States,
plead
correct?
But if it was the law, hypothetically,
Yes.
you're saying that
See.
the doctrine of Islam is to follow whatever the laws of the land are. If the laws of the land are that you cannot be a Muslim, you convert?
No, you would leave the land. You have
Okay.
to live in a place that allows you to be a Muslim. Because
Okay.
as a Muslim, that's
The
the
United
most
States
important
doesn't
thing.
allow you to practice Islam in its full capacity.
It does. That's why Muslims live here and
No, it doesn't.
practice Islam.
No, it
There's
doesn't. I can-
mosques all around here. You might want to go to one. We practice Islam very freely. Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, I can cite you, like, for example, Quran chapter 4, verse 34. As to those women on whose part you fear disobedience, admonish them, forsake them in bed, and strike them. You can't strike women in this country. The Quran also says that if a woman, the Hadiths say that if a woman refuses to sleep with a man, if he beckons her to bed and she doesn't come and he sleeps angry that night, he is to punish her via striking her.
Muslims follow the law of the land.
Right, but you just said they don't follow the law of the land because the law of the land was that. Well, I'm not finished. I know mistranslation, blah blah blah. Yeah, I know. Yep. Mistranslation. That's what they always say. Was it mistranslated that Muhammad married a 6-year-old?
They married 4-year-olds. Do you justify that?
The people who?
Who married 4-year-olds? Joseph.
Anywhere that a 4-year-old was married.
Okay, Joseph did not marry a 4-year-old. Rebecca was not 3. She was not 4. That's a complete lie. It's a later fabrication that's not found in the Bible.
As Muslims, we believe we should respect every religion, so I won't ever tell you
Well,
Christianity
that's not
is
true.
bad.
That's just not true. Right? Surah Muhammad, chapter 47, verse 4. So when you meet those who
Muslims
disbelieve,
are
strike their
perfect,
necks
Islam is
until you have
perfect.
inflicted slaughter upon them. You don't respect all religions. You say to kill infidels. That's what your Quran says.
As Muslims, we respect every religion.
Then why does it say in Surah Muhammad, chapter 47, verse 4 of the Quran, so when you meet those who disbelieve, strike their necks until you have inflicted slaughter upon them?
Please read the Quran in its entirety. That isn't talking about today.
It's
There's
a
going to be
Quranic
a war of
verse.
Armageddon. I think Christians believe that as well.
This isn't talking about a war of Armageddon.
Do you want to talk about the war of Armageddon?
What
Which
about it?
side will you be on?
Not yours, that's for sure.
You believe in the Antichrist?
Sure? What does that have to do with Islam?
You aren't well read. You don't know what that is.
You're right, I'm not well read. I'm a new Christian. I just converted.
So you're a new
Careful.
Christian. You know nothing about Christianity.
I'm not
but
here
you know about Islam.
Yeah, I'm not here defending Christianity. I'm here
Oh my
talking
God.
about Islam.
Look at you.
I converted like 2 weeks ago.
My
Thank you.
pretty
Yeah,
girl.
thank you.
You have your opinion.
Yeah, you as well. Thank you.
By the way, if you are a Muslim and you respect people being Christians, and we appreciate that, you are allowed to be a Muslim. We don't think that should be illegal, and we will not treat you with hatred in any way. However, we do believe that Islam itself is against this, because in Surah 98:6, it calls Christians the worst of creatures. So we appreciate that you're being kind to us, but we just don't think that's consistent with Islam.
And also, to be clear on what Ben's saying, while I don't think it should be illegal to be a Muslim, I pretty much do, because I think it should be illegal to practice most of the things that Muslims practice. I don't think it should be illegal to personally identify as a Muslim. But you, for example, shouldn't be allowed to beat your wife. You shouldn't be allowed to force your wife to sleep with you. You shouldn't be allowed to harm
wanna finish
gay
the heart?
people. You shouldn't be allowed to kill infidels, which the Quran calls for. The Hadiths call for them. The Hadiths say the Day of Judgment will not come about until the Muslims fight the
Finish
Jews,
the
and
heart.
the Jews. The Jews hide behind stones and trees. The stones and trees will say, "Oh, Muslims, oh, Abdullah."
You little
I
booger.
don't believe in killing people because I don't believe in your religion. Thus, I don't believe you should be allowed to practice Islam to its full extent. You have to talk really close to the mic.
Okay, so before I say anything, I want to ask you, do you have any opinions on defending Christianity, or you just want to avoid Christianity altogether?
I do Christian apologetics.